Hey folks, today I want to talk a little bit about the Lich that we are seeing right here. And so this is an A hero. So far we've just covered C and D. This is going to be a change of pace a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and start off with his skills. Now these vary slightly between the different elements, and I'll show you each that I have here and explain which one I'm lacking. But we're going to take a look at the first one. So this is a 9 enemy AoE. It covers an entire formation. Applies an AoE for 2 turns at 15% AP. This cannot be increased. It does do a fair amount of damage that was thankfully buffed a little bit by the latest patch. And you'll see the resistance here is res as well. That is very nice for farming in fields, particularly the 6th field, which does not have a boss yet, but does have a full formation. It applies the damage pretty well across the entire party, so you kind of clear it up in one go. I do suggest if you have a Lich to try to get it up to 20 with priority, as it will help you power level your other units into a position where they can help your formation much more. This ability is not super useful in adventure mode or most raids, as it doesn't cover as much ground. There are very specific uses for it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second ability. This reduces enreg and res for 2 turns. It does not do any damage, so this is purely utility. As a 4-turn cooldown, it decreases the resistance and energy regen. Now, all Liches reduce energy regen with this ability. We'll go ahead and take a look at a red one, and this reduces the res as well. Just want to make sure these are the same across all. Reduce res. Okay, so this does reduce res for every element. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the alt. So this has the potential to do some pretty good damage. It starts off with 40% AP primary modifier, which is about 2.5 times what you get from a single application of the dot. If you look at the dot as 2 turns, it's 30%, so it is a little bit better. It can go up to 70% AP modifier, which is pretty good. It's around what the elementalists start at for their AoE. And you can see you can get that turned down to 5. And the important thing here is it has a chance to apply that debuff. So we see a res debuff on blue. We see a defense debuff on red. On green, we see an AP debuff, and it's pretty safe to assume, I do not have a yellow Lich, but it's safe to assume that an attack debuff would go through on yellow there as well. So when we're looking at the talents for this hero and the equipment, it does start off with a very high AP and HP, and everything else is super low on it. I do have a base Lich right here. You can see what the base talents are. It looks like we have 110% HP and 120% AP, meaning that across 4 applications you can put 3 into AP and another into HP, where it's really necessary to throw that in. Putting a single point into defense or resistance really isn't going to get you very far. It has such a low enreg to begin with that you're really on a waste there. If you do decide to use this hero for the power leveling, I suggest putting in resistance and or defense, depending on which field you choose, not both, and getting as much AP on it as you can, and then finally getting as much energy regen as you can, as you want this casting as many times as possible. You want to try to keep 2 stacks of the debuff on the enemy and be doing 30% AP per turn. That is ideal. So that pretty much wraps up the Lich. If you think of any more advanced uses for it, I would love to hear it, and go ahead and throw that in the comments. Thank you.